Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, where today we're going to be fighting another of my favorite monsters in this game. So let's go fight it, because I already did all my eating and preparing and everything. So all we have left is to fight it. And yeah, we're fighting a powered up version of it. Oh well. And we're starting in what should be the right place, but apparently is not. Odd. Does it start somewhere different in this quest? I guess it does. Not here either. Probably up in the nest then. Unfortunately, we had no quick way of getting there, so it may well move before we arrive. Yeah, this monster is a bit special, but it's specifically this special version that I particularly enjoy, for reasons that I will elaborate on once we spot it. I like the base version of the monster as well, but this version takes the cake. So yeah, it's a chaotic Gormagala. Now, Gormagala is cool enough on its own, and it transforms into Shigara Magala, which is an interesting fight, but personally I find it to be less exciting than this one. Because you see, this version of Gormagala, both its theme and its battle itself, kind of flows between Gormagala and Shigara Magala. It is a mixture of both in terms of music, in terms of fight experience, in terms of just about everything. And it's also got some stuff that's unique to it. And honestly, that makes it a great monster in my opinion. Like, this thing feels a lot cooler than a lot of subspecies do. And this is still considered to be, you know, the same base monster. It's still a Gormagala as far as your guild card is concerned. And we just broke it out of its frenzy mode. So yeah, now it's in just traditional Gormagala mode, so it'll be using traditional Gormagala attacks. Eventually, it'll maybe bring its horns back out and be in Shigara mode again. But yeah, it's just, I really like how this fight was handled. Like, the two monsters are interesting enough by themselves, but this monster blends them into something greater than the sum of their parts. And that's just, I really appreciate design like that. Plus, they also happen to give it some of its own unique drops, which always helps when fighting variations of the same monster. And interestingly enough, this is the only monster in the entire game who can be captured and yet cannot give you its rarest item from a capture. Like, other monsters, say Rathalos, etc. Well, specifically Rathalos and Rathian, like especially, you can't get their rarest items from carving the body, but you can get them from captures. So capturing is often a good idea. This guy, you actually can't get his rare item from capture, so body carves are the way to go. Which makes sense, because you wouldn't really want to bring this thing home anyway, unless you want to, you know, start a frenzy virus epidemic, which I imagine none of us hunters actually want to do. It's probably something we would rather avoid. So this is one of those parts where, you know, the best practice in terms of gameplay is also the best practice in terms of story. And that's really cool when you get that ludonarrative resonance rather than ludonarrative dissonance. And I got to use the word ludonarrative, which means gameplay and story, basically. And I also got to use the word resonance and dissonance, which are also fun words. I like when I get to use good words. I also like when I get to knock this thing over repeatedly. And just go to town on that face of his. Ooh, Virtuoso Plus. It's needed. Thanks, cats. No, Gore, go for them. Or you can do this. That's fine, too. Nice try there, buddy. Also, this version of Gore Magala is the only Magala that can do this explosive breath and have it do a forward line with the first go. All the Shigarus, which are the only... Well, all the Shigarus and all the Gores, other than this one, can only start with the wide. Okay, I'm dead. Interesting how it was doing the sliding to stand up animation, and then suddenly I'm on my back dead. But yeah, this is a powered up version of Gore Magala, and apparently I'm out of ancient potions. Yeah, I don't feel bad for carting there. And of course there's nothing of use. Should have painted it. There's only so many places it can go if it leaves, though. Oh, like here. It can go here. There it is. Hey, Aptonoth. Thanks for the orange. I see he's in his pseudo-frenzy mode, as indicated by him having a blue horn rather than purple. It's actually kind of interesting that he's got basically two separate frenzy modes. There's the blue horn, which just lets him use some Shigaru moves. And then there's the purple horn, which lets him use Shigaru moves, and also, if you leave it that way for long enough, it'll enable him to do basically a super attack that is very, very damaging and hits a pretty wide area as well. And there's what I was talking about how he can do the straight explosions first and not just the wide ones first. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this monster. And again, with the music transitioning back and forth between Gore Magala and Shigaru Magala's theme, it's nice. It feels like the two parts of him are battling for dominance in terms of both gameplay and music. And when a monster and its music really match like that, it's great. Also, I'm dead again. Honestly, this is fine. I don't mind if this guy kills me. Because again, it's a powered-up version of it. This is meant to be difficult. And I'm sitting here talking about it instead of focusing on not dying. Tasty earplugs. Just shove them in your mouth. That's how they work. I mean, really, how else would you use an earplug? I mean, I guess you could stick an earplug gem in your shoes. But why would you do that when you could shove it in your mouth? Good job, Bug. All right, Gore. Okay, so now he's in the true frenzy mode, so unless we actually flinch him out of it, he'll end up using his little super move. That's basically he flaps back and spits a giant, multiply exploding ball of frenzy onto the ground, which, you know, you don't want to get hit by. Shouldn't really come as a surprise that you don't want to be hit by it, actually. So, as much as I want to break his... Well, not break, but hit his face during this, I'm going to go for that right wing, because that's the subquest. Plus, it's available. Oh, that's right, we bounce even with purple. Never mind. Alright, hit the face again, and there we go. Not a fan of bouncing even with purple, and unfortunately, since Gore Magala is a spreader of the frenzy and not a frenzied monster, you can't use Y-stones against it. Otherwise, I would just use this right here. But no, that doesn't work. And it looks like he wants to leave. Wonder where he's gonna go. This way, huh? I can go this way. Orange is nice. White is nice. And red is nice. Thanks for the nice things, Gore. Now, if you would die soon, that would be delightful. I was gonna say I should have eaten my other plugs, but I wasn't able to find them. Now we're good. I was thinking for a moment that I had already used all of them, but I hadn't. Alright, let's actually get the camera on the Gore instead of elsewhere. Oh, hi. Yeah, if you would mind not killing me, or rather, if you wouldn't mind not killing me, I'm gonna go ahead and make a tactical retreat here. So I'm just gonna use my potions rather than going to the bed. Yeah, I got Defender high, it just hasn't been kicking in very often. Makes me sad when my Defender doesn't kick in. So, Gore, I'm gonna need you to stop being enraged so that this pit can really go to work. Oh, looks like you have stopped being enraged. Thanks. So I'll just put this right here. Ow. Good job, Gore. You did it. Come on, buddy. Ow. Just getting us access to more red essence. Because we need it. Flinched him out of roaring, thus saving our plugs for another roar. I'm gonna need more health, because some of this thing's attacks are capable of killing me from here. And I don't like being killed by a single attack. If I'm comboed to death, that's one thing. But if I'm killed by a single attack because I didn't heal, that's something else entirely, and I simply can't agree with it. Ow. Thanks, Stache. Could have used a better one, though. Come on, Gore. One more flinch on its left legs will knock it down. So that's nice. That's mad, so no trap right now. Gonna use another paintball because this one will probably wear off soon. Though I need to actually hit the monster and not the ground. Think that hit the monster. Could be wrong. Ow. Running low on megas. Don't have honey to make more. I underestimated this quest. Alright, so we're in the false frenzy right now. There's our white essence. Very useful for survival. Red essence, great for damage. And orange, nice to have. Okay. Ouch. Thanks, Defender. That is an herbal med. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Help myself and the cats. Also, I need to remember that I've got mosswine jerky, and also I should have used a nullberry mere moments earlier. But I didn't, so I have to live with it. Maybe I'll live with it by doing this. Come here, Gore. It'll be fun. I lied. Disposable plugs are nice. Not so nice when they run out, though. It'd be neat if they lasted a certain amount of time, like hot drinks and cool drinks, rather than just for one roar, but that might be a bit overpowered, and it would really undervalue the earplug's armor skill. And once again, not seeing the super move, which is fine. I'd much rather kill the thing. Considering that seeing the super move carries a higher risk of getting killed. Yes, please, limp away. And I'll just grab this. Shame I didn't bring bombs. Yeah, it would have been nice if I brought bombs. But hey, maybe it just won't get to where it sleeps. That would be nice. Come on, get me some orange. I mean, sure, orange is probably the least useful essence against monsters that don't have low-grade roars, but still getting up slightly quicker from knockdowns is nice. There we are. Also, it increases your defense a little bit, which can help against monsters that do lots of damage. Dang it. So it'll be sleeping up in the nest when we show up. So we'll just give it a nice bop on the face. And hopefully it'll die not long thereafter. And hey, it's good that we're going back to the nest, because I don't think I carved the tail. Not that I need parts from this guy, but still, I like getting parts when I have earned them. Let's bop this part. Yay! Yay! We did it. After 2 early carts, I'm actually a little surprised, but as they say, the hunt doesn't start until the 2nd cart. So yeah, chaos scales are, I think, unique to this Gormagala. And interestingly enough, with the exception of a single quest, this is the only Gormagala you can fight online outside of guild quests in G rank. Well, maybe also event quests, but yeah, there's only one guild hall quest in G rank that has a regular Gormagala, which is kind of weird. But whatever. This gore is fun anyway. You just can't use it to upgrade regular gore weapons because it's got its own set. And downhill we go very slowly. Alright, did we get... looks like we probably did not get its rare thing. Nope, we didn't. It's alright, I've got plenty of them. Forget what they're called. I'll have to take a look. Because it's going to bother me if I don't end up saying it in this episode. It's some kind of scale. Like discordant or something? Let me find it. Contrary scale, that's what it is. Yeah, that's Black Gravia stuff. Where's Gore? Is this Gore? This is Gore. Yep, contrary scale. And yeah, I've got enough. I have lots of things. But whatever. That's going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when I fight another one of my favorite monsters. See you then, friends.